Are we on? It looks like we're on. Hey everybody, how are you doing? I hope you're all good. Finally, I've just got back from the gym. Do you like my gym shirt? It's nice, isn't it? AC/DC. So I'm all wet because it's raining and I've got the calluses. Look, I'm back in the gym. True story, Emma told me I'd gotten too fat recently. Oh, sadness. When your wife tells you that, you know it's time for a change. I have been buried since, for a little while now, like trying to just keep up with everything and get everything done. So I've been in this chair a lot, like a huge amount, trying to get stuff done. And in doing so, it's like you just end up like sitting and eating, drinking monsters and doing that. So I've not had a monster now for 3 days, which has been hard, man, really hard, because I got into a routine of pretty much having one a day for like in the mornings. So it's like my coffee and sometimes two. And essentially, like, I didn't realize I'd built up a massive caffeine and probably sugar dependency too. So for the last couple of days, I've been miserable. And Emma's been just like, see? You know that feeling? God, see? Told you. And I was like, oh my God. I can't help it. I feel like I want to kill everybody. And then really feeling really tired. Which has been grim. But if your wife's telling you, you're not doing your bit. All right, well, I'm going to do my bit then, because she works out a lot. She goes to the gym pretty much when I start work again in the evenings, or if I've got a raid or something. She goes to the gym then, but I can't because I'm doing stuff. I can. This is the stupid thing, isn't it, that we all deal with? Is like, for me, I want to work. I just like, if I'm like, oh, you're going to the gym, great, I can get on with some work. That's my thought process on it, and you can make time. You have to make that time. But I always feel like I could be working now instead of being at the gym, or getting something quick out the kitchen. Like, why would I spend time making a dinner when I could be doing something that's better, right? For the family or whatever. I could be working and doing something cool. So I need to get out of that habit. And I've started getting out of that habit. And I feel tired, grumpy, awful. It's just like, oh my God. Friday, we had the Wolfenstein stream on Friday, and I was loving it so much, but I could just tell in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking, monstrosity of a man. Anyway, I want to tell you a Blizzard story today about some things that happened recently, because it's been very, very cool, and some of you have noticed it, I've no doubt. I know you're waiting for the legacy. I'm really just... I have no excuse, and if you want to leave Patreon because of it, I totally get it. Just give me a few more days to get it done. Part of it is the Blizzard thing, and part of it is Andy was off this week. It was supposed to be out last week. I was like rushing to get it done before Andy left, and then this came up with Blizzard, and that fucked me up completely. So just give me a few more days, please. Don't hate me. I'm not trying to dodge. Why would I? I like making it. I'm not dodging it. As you've seen, YouTube's been pretty quiet. I've just had no time. But anyway, let's get on to the good stuff. The Blizzard thing. So you've noticed we had messages like sponsored by Blizzard, and for a long time it's been a meme that Blizzard wouldn't touch us with a barge pole, despite the fact that nearly everybody at Blizzard really likes what I do, right? We tweet with Celestial on a lot. When we go to BlizzCon, all the devs come up and they're like, dude, love it, everything's awesome. But at the same time, Blizzard would not touch us with a barge pole. And it was understandable, right? It was understandable because we do things like drama. And I've never really watched my language in my videos because I think that's part of it. But I can live without it, and I don't think people care too much. But still, it's not something that was ever a problem to be clean, to work clean, as we call it in the biz. Work clean. It's never been a problem for me. To work clean. It was always a big thing on podcasts. Like, the first one I did was the Convert to Raid podcast, and they were like, you can't swear. I was like, that's fine. And they're like, are you sure? Because you swear a lot. I'm like, dude, it's a switch. You can turn it off. It's no problem. And they were like, okay. And then we did it, and they were like, wow, you really don't swear. I'm like, no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Andy finds it quite difficult. I think I mentioned that before. Anyway, with the whole YouTube demonetization thing, and obviously I welcomed a great deal of you to Patreon, and what it's meant is that we had to work clean a couple of times, but that didn't help, which was the silly thing. We tried a few things where we worked clean, and it didn't help. But then at the same time, a tweet went out from various people who we talked to, who, like Nobble and that, and Bellular, and they got all these 7.3 packs from Blizzard, right, about Argus. We didn't get one. And people who were way, way smaller than us, they all got one. And I was like, what? Really? Are we that cancerous? Are we that diseased? Are we that offensive, right? You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Really? And it well pissed me off. Not that I wanted the thing, but being left out, it well pissed me off. And that probably sounds really entitled, but it wasn't the point. So the point isn't the entitlement. It's just the obvious absence of this stupid thing. Really fucking annoyed me, like, so much. Because I have emails with people at Blizzard, right? I've had them for a long time. And we talk, and it's always very friendly. And I've met them and stuff like that, right? And it's always very friendly. But when it comes down to doing something together, they're like, nah. So, you know, the MDI, all these invitationals and stuff like that, where people are going who are way, way smaller than us and less in the field. And for my opinion, less personality. I think so. Are going to these things, but we're not. But they still invite us to go to things, right? This is what I want to be clear on. They don't want us to take part actively, but they still invite us to go. Like the last BlizzCon, when we were talking to them, because we wanted to get we were organising our press passes, right? So they're like, yeah, we want you there, right? Are you sorted for flights and stuff? Like they offered to pay. I was sorting our passes out, a Nobbles pass, and they were like, well, if you're struggling, let us know. We'll try and do something for the flights. Nobble said he couldn't go, and they were like, we'll pay for it, and they were talking through me. I was like the middleman through it all. So it's all very kosher. They just won't do anything publicly. And then this tweet started appearing about this thing, and I was fuming. I was actually fuming. Probably not as bad as Andy, actually. Andy takes it really personally. I've kind of got used to it over the years a little bit. Still made me angry, but Andy was pissed. So pissed. He was like, fuck them, man. Fuck them. We should stop making fucking Blizzard videos. We should boycott the fuck out of them. They're shitting on us, man. It's dead obvious. People look at this and they go, those guys are dickheads. That's why Blizzard's not involved. And he got really angry about it. And so did Emma. Because Emma's like the business side. And she's made inroads with Bethesda, Warner Brothers. All these people are like, yeah, no problem. We'll work with you. No issue. Right? They're like, yeah, sorted. Let's do something together. You guys, and the things we have done, they've been fine about. Even the Prey thing. You remember Prey? Where we went to Bethesda in London. And we thought we were getting a lot of shit because we said we added criticism to the game. Like, we thought it was genuine criticism. We weren't making it up. And it seemed like they were pissed at us. They were like, do you really have to say that in the video? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's our experience. And they're like, we're going to change it. I was like, well, I'll include that you're going to change it. But from our experience, this is the thing. And they made us redo that video like 4 times because they had us on a technicality. But then they contacted us again. Well, it looks like I can't even announce the game, but we've got keys to another Bethesda game that's not even announced that we're going to be doing something with. And everybody's fine except Blizzard. Except for Blizzard. They're all fine, except for Blizzard. So, when this tweet thing went out, I was like, you're right, you know what? What have we got to lose at this point? And that was my thought process. What have we got to lose at this point? Nothing, right? Nothing. Our audience isn't going away because of this, right? It's not like it's not a problem for us. We've done fine without this for now. And we've done better than we could have ever expected. So fuck it. So fuck it. Let's make a fucking statement. Now, I should clarify here. About a month before this happened, I got Emma to email Blizzard themselves. And I said, look, lay it on the line for him. Is like, why aren't you working with us? Because there was something else going on. I can't remember what it was, but we hadn't been asked. And we should have been asked to do this. It might have been Gamescom or something like that. They sent loads of people to Gamescom to do stuff. And I was talking to Loz and Alex, and they were like, yeah, Blizzard just got in contact, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's getting annoying, right? It's getting annoying. So I just said, just send an email to Blizzard and say, what's the problem? Is there anything we can do to fix this? Is there, have we offended somebody? Because you guys probably know Watcher or Ion definitely was wary of me when he met me at BlizzCon. And from what I understand now, it was totally fine. He's totally fine. Once we actually spoke for a few minutes, he was like, oh, okay. But he seemed to have the impression I was going to roast him in some manner. I kind of think, right, from the conversations I had with the people who were at BlizzCon who are fans, I kind of think a lot of people went up on my behalf and mentioned my videos to him. Because people are coming up to me who are wasted and saying, I've just had Watcher about Rogues, man. I told him everything you'd said about this and that. And I think that happened a few times. And he kind of thought I was going to come at him with that. That's information that's come out afterwards. Anyway, I said, send an email to Blizzard and just say, is there a problem that we need to work on here? We want to mend the relationship. Of course we do. I love Blizzard. I want to mend the relationship, and so we can do some stuff together in the future. If we have done something, can we know what it is? Is it something we're doing regularly? Is it just the swearing? Is it drama time? You know, talking about adult themes. I wasn't lucky to get on the launch or anything, but just some sort of relationship there. That could be a bit more public than the kind of private relationship we were having. So they never replied. Infuriating. They never replied. And it is the direct person in the office who would deal with these things. I think my kids are home, which is a bit scary. I thought I had about half an hour. Maybe I've been talking for half an hour, have I? Oh, sweet God, can't be. Anyway, I said to Andy, because let's get back to this tweet thing. Andy was furious. Emma was really angry. So I said, we can do something about this. I can hear children screaming. I don't know about you, my kids. So, all right, let's do something about it. Let's call them out. And it's a weird decision to do that. It's like, are you going public with the fact that you're unhappy? Because we want to sort this out privately, but at this point, what have we got left to lose, right? We want to make a point. So we did the tweet, and you might have seen it. I'll try and link it down below. But it was just a tweet where you see all that stuff on the wall, and all the we've got a massive... I'm going to tilt this up a little bit. You see right up there, you see the base of the big one? That's the big PreachCon one and all that. And all the BlizzCon meetings and last year's PreachCon and the other BlizzCons. Andy makes these wonderful collages for us to remember those moments because they're very special. So I said, let's go to the picture wall and then let's do what everyone else has done, which is showing off the thing, but it's not there. It's blank. And then we'll do exactly the same tweet everyone else has done, which is thanks Blizzard for the Argus thing. You're the best. And so on and so on, and it not be there, and Andy be like all confused, and me looking all proud and shit. I thought, let's just send a sarcastic. Let's do what we do best, right? Let's send a sarky ass email, sarky ass Twitter, but we'll put it out in Twitter as public, and we'll tag them in it, and we'll try and encourage people to retweet it, so they have to take notice of this thing, right? So we did it. And it did really well. It did really well. And it was retweeted by a lot of the guys who had got them because they were like, you didn't get one? I'm like, no, we didn't get one. They were like, what the fuck, dude? Even we got one. And I'm like, I know. I don't understand what's happening here. So we tweeted this out. Nothing happened for about a week. And then it was about 8 days later, we got a reply to our old email from a month ago from the girl at Blizzard. And she was like, we're glad to hear that you're willing to work a bit cleaner. We're going to test you. And that's all it takes, isn't it? That's all it takes. We're going to test you. And you probably know what they test us with, the cooking books. They said we're doing a promotion on cookbooks. And we're going to send you some cookbooks. If you could make a video, that would be awesome. If you could make a video, that would be awesome. And then we'll see how you work from there. And Blizzard's really different than everyone else. Like... for all the MMOs we've covered and stuff, that comes through one company who deals with MMOs, and Bethesda and all them. They don't really care. After they send you the stuff, they don't really care about what happens to it as long as you make the video. They want to see a video. You have to send it to them first, and then they kind of send it on their way. And that's it. They're happy. They're like, okay, we like the video. Do what you want with it. Not Blizzard. Blizzard wants all the stats of everything you did. They want numbers. They want proof. They want screenshots. They want spreadsheets. They want to see everything that happened with their products that they sent you. Which I'm really grateful for because we did great numbers and I'm happy to put that out there. You guys did enormously well on that. So we did the cooking video. The people, I mean, it didn't do massive views, but they're going up slowly. I think the first one did 100,000 views. And the people who watched it, for those you guys who watched it, for any of you, loved it. Like the like ratio was ridiculous, and the retweets on it went on for a week, and I think we got like 3,000 or something like that people entering that competition, which is enormously good. It really is, whether you believe it, whether you're into it or not. But 3,000 retweets is pretty epic. That's awesome. And also a lot of people who were like, make another one. So we did a total of 3, and Blizzard retweeted us on it, and they got in contact, and they were happy. And we were like, we're getting somewhere here. They're willing to work with us, and they're willing to see what we can do when they throw us them products. And I was really, really so happy. I was overly happy with Emma, actually. She'd done a lot of the work, like the communications back and forth. I could be a bit forward sometimes. Certainly when it comes to business, I don't like I'm not great at like pallying up over email and stuff like that. I don't want to send a chain of, what I'm saying is I don't want to send a chain of like 14 emails. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to like, what do you want us to do? Okay, we'll do it by this date. Anything you need from us? Yeah, let's get on with it. All right. What I don't want to do is, what did you do last weekend? Oh, I've got kids too. What's yours names? What's our names? Aww. I want to get on with other stuff, you know? But Emma's good at that stuff. She's really good at that stuff. So she'd done all this. And Blizzard started talking to us. And then instantly it changed to the point where Blizzard have sent us so much stuff that they're like, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. We want you to do the stream for the virtual tickets. We're going to send you these bags that we've given away, which are like, and then Pepe's, which are worth loads of money. They're like, we're just going to send you the stuff, give it away. Send us the tracking data and all that stuff. And I was like, fuck, this is already taking off. And now we've got stuff coming up for BlizzCon, which was surprising, because they were like, are you going to BlizzCon? I was like, oh god, they're going to offer us to go to BlizzCon, and that sounds really stupid. It's like, oh god. But given the current climate of stuff, it's like I really could do without going to America right now and spending money and time there, because I need to be here, certainly at BlizzCon. Last time, it's sometimes you can afford to miss out on the BlizzCon rush, which is, as you could probably guess, BlizzCon goes on, all this massive amounts of information comes out, and people want videos and opinions on it, and you can't do it if you're there. Unless you're going to like watch it, then leave and go and record videos in your hotel room and then come back out again, which isn't why we go to BlizzCon. We go to meet people. And so I don't want to be like, I'm at BlizzCon. Basically not, though, because I'm in a hotel room. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. So I was like, I could really do with not going. Unless they want us to do something, which I didn't think they were going to do. I didn't think they wanted us on the stage or involved in anything. I think they just were like going to offer us a pass there. And instead, they were like, oh, you're not going? Okay, well, what about this? And I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Now we're doing some good stuff, and that's coming up. And we seem to have repaired it, is the point. We seem to have fixed this BlizzCon thing, the Blizzard thing, which is awesome. I'm so happy about it. I really am. It's been on my mind probably for like 2 or 3 years why Blizzard was ignoring us. Especially like multiple times being like the #1 WoW channel on YouTube and them just not wanting to be involved. It was very weird. Very, very weird. Other news then. Let me give you some other news. The good thing is YouTube has released a thing saying they're going to fix the algorithm, and they think that's going to solve the demonetization thing. You guys were the first to know if that's the case. You guys will be absolutely the first to know if that's the case. Right now, it's not. I've uploaded this RNG video now like 5 times. I've altered some stuff in it. We keep having technical errors uploading. Nothing to do with the video itself, but uploading seems to keep cocking it up. But it's been flagged every time, so it's not happening right now. To put it in context, we haven't earned anything from any videos since the demonetization, pretty much. We managed to get a cooking video cleared, and I think a Holy Priest TDP cleared, and that was about it. In terms of time, Andy's back on Wednesday, which means I'm just going all legacy. So that's the schedule for that, just to get that done. Because obviously I've been streaming. Obviously, you can obviously tell that before Andy worked here, there's no way we could stream every day. It just wasn't possible. You need a lot of time to put together good quality videos and research them properly. Obviously, if I'm just regurgitating MMO Champion, I don't need that time, but I don't do that. To do a proper one, you need time to research and read and rewrite and do all that kind of stuff. So I just haven't had time. And then BlizzCon, Blizzard wanted me specifically to stream on their behalf for a minimum amount of time with the sponsored thing on, and then give away the virtual tickets and all that. But because we already had stuff scheduled during the day, that meant I had to do night times. It was the South Park streams where Twitch actually got involved. So I should mention that Twitch have also come into recognition now, and they're sending us early codes, which is amazing. Like, this is how it went down with South Park. You might remember if you were there. I streamed in the morning, and then suddenly I went, okay, Andy's going to take over. Flicked over to Andy's screen, and it was South Park, the new South Park game. And Andy was always down to stream South Park, but it was not supposed to launch until the next day or something. And that morning, sort of 7 o'clock in the morning, we received an email from Twitch saying, hey, do you want a South Park key? And you can start streaming it now. We were like, what? What? Yes, give it to us now. And we had to reply to this email. So we replied, and there was no response. So the name of the... This sounds stalkerish, I know. The name on the email, I searched out her Twitter, the girl, followed her. She'd already followed us at some point, so I was direct messaging her. She was awesome, by the way. She was called Sarah. I was just checking there. She was called Sarah. And I was like, Sarah, we're ready to go. Like, sort us out now. And she's like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. She replied to me via Twitter. We didn't email. She just replied to me via Twitter. And she was like, calm down, calm down. You can't do this till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And like, oh, thank God. Because before this, like, we got the email at 7. We'd waited till about 8. Our stream starts at 8:30. Andy comes in at 8. And Andy was going to stream it. So I had like tried to install it. We had the install key. I tried to install it on his machine, but I needed his Uplay info and all that. So as he pulled up outside, he gets dropped off by Suzanne as she goes to work in the morning. I was at the door and I'm like, get in here now. We need to sort this out. And he's like, what? I said, we have a South Park key to go live immediately. Because at the time we thought we were going to start streaming at 8:30 with South Park. And they were like, what? I was like, get in here. I need you to log into Uplay. I need you to log into Uplay. And he's like, oh, okay. And we had to follow this long list of stuff. And I just go back saying, whoa, you can't start till, I think it was 11 a.m. or something like that. I was like, oh, shit. Okay, that's fine. We've got time to install. I can do this. And then they went, you're not allowed to tell anybody either. I was like, what? She's like, no, you're not allowed to tell anybody that you're going to do this until the embargo's lifted. Because the embargo was at 11 o'clock in the morning, at 1 p.m. Paris time. So you're not allowed to even tell people you're going to be playing it. I'm like, Jesus. So what are we going to do? And Andy was like, just let it slip. Just let it slip. I was like, no, we can't do that. Otherwise they won't do it again, right? You can't do that. So instead, I was like, we're going to do something later. It's going to be really fun. But Twitch is doing that stuff now, which is awesome. Twitch is getting involved and sending us stuff. And I'm genuinely happier than what I was last video I made. So I hope that comes across as some of the cool stuff we've been doing. Also why my time's been eaten up, because I've had to do... in general, I've been working like 18 hours a day for a while now. And yesterday when Emma streamed, I think she starts to stream about 8:30. I went upstairs. I lay on the bed I was going to get a shower. I was like, I'm going to lie down, put the telly on, start relaxing. Then I'm going to jump in the shower and then maybe do some writing or something like that. And I was asleep. And I slept yesterday from about 9:15 till 7 o'clock the next morning when the kids started going crazy. And I get up with the kids because Emma streams. So I just like passed out completely. So I feel much better now. And we've got the Halloween web show in a few hours. So the kids are coming back soon. I'm looking after the kids. Then I'm doing the Halloween web show, which hopefully will be a lot of fun. So I hope that's a decent update for you guys. A few more days for the Legacy, please. I'm not slacking on it, all right? So again, I understand if you're pissed. But I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. That's all I can say. All right. Thank you very much for everything. I hope this YouTube thing remedies, because I'll let you guys know, like, straight away. If it remedies, we're fine. But until then, thank you all, man. Thank you all, really. Right, I'm going now. I'm going to get emotional. Bye.